Hi, how you guys doing? This is going to be my first video, my first rant, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a webcam right now. I'm working on getting one. I'm a college student, money's kind of tight. But I'm going to get one, and until I get one, I'll put up some pretty pictures or something, to keep your eyes entertained. Oh, there you go. There's a picture of me. I just pulled that up. And anyway, it's a little bit about myself. I'll just leave that picture up there for a while. I'm 20 years old, and I'm in college. I'm majoring in language studies with an emphasis on Japanese. And I'm also majoring in teaching English as a second language. I'm going to be an English teacher in Japan. That's my goal. Well, I go to school in Northern California, and anybody who knows Northern California knows that it's the liberal haven. Everybody who's, liberal and wants to get away from the regular norms of society goes to North California. So, living here, I've been here for about a year. Living here, you meet so many different people. So a lot of crazy people, a lot of nutty people. But I've met a lot of really intelligent, really educated people, and it was a shock to me when I moved here that many of these people don't believe in God. They don't believe that there is a God, and they're open to debate. They're open to debating it with you, and I really like that. I really enjoyed it, and I've held on to my faith since I've been here. I mean, every day that I live, every time I have a discussion with somebody about it, I even more cling to it. It makes even more sense to me. And there's a lot of details. I mean, I'll get into it. I'll make a video. I'll get into all the different details that I believe. The different things, and it all just fits together perfectly. But anyways, so I've been living here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys tonight. About some things that I believe. Basics. Just want to set a basis, for what I believe. And I would, appreciate any feedback, disagreements, debate. I'd like to have intelligent discussions, and intelligent, as in, no name calling and, all of that immature intellectual suicide stuff. I like to talk with intelligent, smart people. So if you're not intelligent and you're not smart and you can't resist calling me, names with expletives and all those kinds of things, then, don't talk to me. I won't respond to you. But anyways, so I just want to start this video off with a few basics of what I believe. And the first thing I'm going to say is a statement. And the statement is that I believe that the natural position of humankind, of the default position to take, is that there is a God. That it is in man's nature to believe that a God exists. To believe that there is a higher power watching over us. And, if that's not true, then explain to me why most societies developed that way. They developed around this idea of God. Whether it's, polytheism or monotheism, people by default believe that there is a God. And, I've talked with people about this, and they've all said, well, people just want to understand the world around them. Humans have this insatiable curiosity. That's why we have science. Humans just want to know everything. We got to figure everything out. We got so many whys, so many what fors, so many hows. And, people want to answer that question. And that's why we have science. Science is to answer that question. But science can't answer the question of religion. Science can't answer the question of whether God exists or not. As much as they try, and as much as people try to tell me that, well, science, says that, logically there can't be a God. God doesn't exist. It's like, well, yeah, that's nice and everything, but religion is not something it's not rational. It's not governed by the laws of logic. I mean, logic doesn't run everything in the world. There are so many things in the world that are not explainable. You cannot explain some things that happen. And me being a Christian, you guys always hear about those miracles and God healed me stuff. Well, I've seen a lot of it. I've witnessed a lot of it personally, and a lot of it is, and some of it's happened to me. I've had a few things happen to me, personally, and that even more strengthened my faith in God. And it's not religion is it's not the point of it is not proof. That's not the point of religion, is to prove God is real. The Bible doesn't say, go out into all the world and prove that I exist. No, the Bible says, go out into all the world and preach the gospel. Preach the good news. Those that believe it will be saved. That's what God said. And you know what? Who am I to, disagree with God? He's God. But, there are things in the world that we can't understand, things that are beyond our five physical senses. And I think that, you may think I'm wrong for saying this, but I think that a lot of people, they can't imagine anything that's not registered, that's not, understandable by the five senses. There is more in this world than what you can see with your five senses. I mean, science has proved that to a certain degree. I mean, science, they know how cells reproduce. They know the entire process from start to finish, but they don't know why. Why do cells reproduce? They don't know why. Science has discovered a range of sound that we can't hear. Sound that's too high or too low. We can't register it with our eyes, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And so that's what I'm saying. Religion is not just something that you can test. If it was testable, it wouldn't be religion. It would be science. It would be fact. It's if someone went out and said, I have empirical data that there is no such thing as God, then after that, and after it was verified by other scholars, you would be like an idiot if you still believed in God. You would be dumb. Same thing, it works the other way around. If someone said, I have empirical data that there is a God, I proved it, then you would be dumb, you would be idiotic if you didn't believe that there was a God. And so, that's just what I wanted to come on to say. People that say, well, there is no God, God is fake. Well, you're not 100% accurate. You can't be 100% accurate because God doesn't live in our world. God doesn't abide by our rules. God exists outside of the realm of time. God's not affected by time. That's why he has no beginning and no end. Because humans only, can grasp things in the concept of minutes and seconds. God's not limited to that. I mean, there's so much vastness in the realm of there's so much. God is so vast, he's so infinite that even people who do believe in him can't fully grasp his entirety. You can't understand. Not with our minds. Our minds are too limited to understand. And you may say, oh, that's just a cop-out, that's just an excuse. It's not. It's reality. That's how it is. You can't fully understand God. All you can do is trust him. Like I do. I trust him. If he says, well, you shouldn't go out and have sex with somebody you're not married to. I trust him. I trust him on that. Even if I don't think, even if in my own mind it doesn't make sense, why can't I have sex? Even if in my own mind doesn't understand it, I'm willing to take his word on it because, I think he's a lot smarter than me. Anyways, you may think I'm ignorant, you may think I'm dumb, you may think I'm off my rocker, you may think I'm smart, whatever. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I'll work on getting a webcam so you can actually see, moving mouth instead of just a picture. But until then, this is Demon Hunter 99.